This pecan grove over here was all undergrown, and we knew from the beginning that there were some big, beautiful hardwoods in there, but it was just a massive undertaking. And there was so much poison ivy and poison oak and just weeds and vines and that had to be like cleared away and removed so that we could get it to where that it is today. And now it's one of my most favorite spots on the property, but it really took the most work and the most detail, and it was more cumbersome than anything else. I get here at 6:30 in the morning, which this time of year it's a little awkward because the sun hasn't adjusted to the day yet, but it won't be long and there'll be enough light to really get going. I'm not a real technology person. I still write things down. I keep a calendar, but I do have answer and receive emails and kind of respond, do that kind of stuff to get the day started, figure out, what I need to do, get accomplished for the day. And I just don't like office politics, and I don't like sitting at a desk. I like working with my hands, using my head, and getting stuff done, and working to where over time I can see the fruit of, like, there's actually something tangible that I can look at and see that is pleasing and, satisfaction. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a family with a mother and a father that loved me and met my needs and helped me figure out who I was. And wasn't a perfect family, but it was a good family, and it gave me a sense of importance, especially watching the change in my parents before they were saved and after, and how they lived their lives, and just magnified the importance of family for me. So yeah, my wife and my children are, other than the Lord, the most important thing in my life by far.
The funniest thing is that my dad is just so simple, but he just is who he is. It doesn't take much at all to please him. You put him in front of any kind of sports and he's content for life, But he truly, truly loves, more than anything, I would say, being with his family. In high school, my dad and I got really close because he was like my number one fan supporter. And of course, me being in cheer, it's not really like probably the idea sport to go watch, but he was there, and he had like a pullover made and it said Hannah Ritz, co-captain. Like, he was the best, and he was at every single game. So he actually worked about 2 hours away, and he would like drive back to make sure he would go to my games, my pep rallies, whatever it was. He was just always there. And so I think it was just cool to always have that support and know that, he's going to be there no matter what. I think he's just kind of shaped me into the woman I am, just from mostly just being consistent and always willing to help others, because he truly has a servant heart, and he's striving every single day to be more like Jesus.
It was so freeing to realize that, man, I don't have to be perfect. I just have to keep my heart in a place where I can be corrected, that God can pull the weeds, cut the vines, those things that really aren't pleasing to the Lord and aren't our best self. With that in mind, when I'm out being the best that I can be, I still need Jesus every day. Let's face it, as men, there's not a manual. There's no way to be perfect at being a father. But I feel like we can try to do better. The goal is to be a better father than my father. I think he would agree with that. And I'm gonna fail, but I've got to keep going back to the grace of God. Even now, as a 50-year-old man, I'm finally learning that God's my father, and he loves me right where I am, right where I'm struggling, and it doesn't change. When I mess up, he loves me the same as if I was right on track.